What's going on, guys? How's it going? I thought I would share my first PC build. All the parts were sourced from Amazon, so the total cost was $665 USD for all the parts. So I did search around at the time for the best prices. Prices fluctuate, they go up and down. It's a complete Amazon build. I went with Cougar Gaming MX330G mid-tower ATX 650 watt power supply. I chose a 10th gen 10400 i5 chip, and this has built-in graphics. There's no need for a graphics card with this build. Asus Prime B460 Plus motherboard. It does not have any overclocking options really. Because this chip can't be overclocked, this motherboard made sense. So I looked up the compatibility for this motherboard. Crosshair DDR4, 2 sticks of 8 gig, so I have 16 gigs of RAM. So I went for an SSD because I wanted that quick loading speed, so I went with the Samsung 970 EVO Plus. So let's put together a PC. So it uses an LGA 1200 chip. So I have one here. So I have the i5-10400. So that's compatible with the board. Let's install the chip first. Now, I'll pop this up like that. So the triangle's right there. Just close this lid down. That just sits right on top of here. Looks like that's all you gotta do. Okay, we'll install the SSD. There's 1, 2. So we're gonna keep the RAM in the single channel. Doing 1, you go into the 1 gray. And if you're doing 2, you go dim A2. Pop a RAM in there. You can see it's longer here, so it's gonna go in like this. I'll just push that down. We're ready to mount this board. There we go. Out of the screws here, I have a standoff. I've determined that these ones thread. It looks like they have a little washer. These are for the motherboard. Centering the board right onto the standoffs. Plug in fan 1. So fan 1 goes here. That's all they gave. Now, all we have to do is hook up our wiring. On your case, you have your USB 2, you have our USB 3. The most difficult wires are these ones. And they're over here, and they're going to be the most difficult to hook up. So this is where you gotta have the manual for pin them. Positive LED, positive negative, so it's going to go right here. So power switch is inside the cabinet. Alright. So we have a USB 3 now, USB 2s now. Okay, so the audio goes over here. So this is your main power in. Now, there's a power PCI, you have CPU, these pins is your CPU power. Hard drive plug here. Should be able to use this one here. So we'll tape these up. Looks pretty clean in there. So before I decided to actually build a PC, originally I was gonna buy an Acer gaming PC. It was a really good deal. It came with a graphics card and it had basically the same system here. So unfortunately the purchase would not go through for the Acer. So then I just figured, I think I'm gonna build my own and try it out for the first time. So I ended up building a PC from parts solely on Amazon. So with the insane graphics card prices right now, this was the most economical build that I could put together. So you might wonder, is it any good for gaming? Well, it works perfectly for Fortnite. That's really all I go on, or CSGO. If graphics cards drop in the future, then I might throw a graphics card in it. So before building your own PC, I think it's important to do a couple hours of research into the motherboard compatibilities, the RAM, what you're going to be using, your CPU, what's compatible, because not all CPUs are compatible with each motherboard. Power supply, some of them don't have all the pinouts on them. The RAM is not all compatible with each other, but as long as you get all the compatibility together and you do your research, watch some videos, so you have that foundation to build the computer. It's not that difficult to do. Thanks guys for watching. Take care and peace out.